Hello YouTube, Ruckus in the north here, and just thought I would show you what I'm up to these days. Northern Ontario, so I'm a little bit late. It's I don't even know what date it is anymore, the 9th of June, and got my garden all ready, as you can see. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is follow through a little bit of planting and what I've done this year on my garden. I'm by no means an expert, so yeah, just bear with me and I'll give you a little bit of a tour. So what I've done here is some raised beds, and got about 4 or 5 across the front, one down the middle, one in the back. I got a bunch of plants I started ahead of time, and they'll be ready to go in anytime really. So over here I'm going to have peppers and tomatoes and beans all interplanted between these 2 rows. On the back side I'm going to do a couple cucumber plants, run them along the back fence. Over here I'm going to put my lettuce under my Macintosh apple tree. And I'll throw some chives up right under the base of the tree there, just for kicks. Now down here, it's kind of up for debate still. One of these was supposed to be an herb garden, but none of my herbs turned out. I had some old seeds and nothing sprouted. So I know I'm going to throw some carrots in the front side. Over there. What else am I doing? I'm doing some onions and radishes and green onions as well. And one of these is left over for miscellaneous. If I don't have enough beans, I'll plant beans. If I don't have room for my onions I've got, I'll plant onions. Maybe my garlic. We will see. Although I should be doing that in the fall. I couldn't buy any last year, so yeah. The tiller showed up late, so everything's a little late. Over here, I just gotta get it all worked out. This is gonna be my radishes. We got 2 different kinds. Pumpkins are going to be planted in the back here for Halloween and decorating and maybe eating, but I don't think they're going to be the real tasty ones. Definitely the seeds will be good. And I'm about to plant my potatoes. This is going to be my potato row here. So all in all, I think it'll turn out to be a pretty nice garden this year. We'll see if I keep up with it. The first year the weeding overtook me too much, and I just harvested and watered. I didn't even bother weeding after a certain point. So this year I'm going to focus a lot on my weeding control. So I threw a bit of cedar mulch down here. Gonna go get a truckload and fill in all the paths with nice light cedar mulch. I'll be mounding with my potatoes some nice grass cuttings. If I can find some good straw, I'll use that instead. And I'll use straw in all my beds. And then I'll hopefully keep the weeding down. So here, I'll show you what I've got going on over here right now. It's getting dark, so I'm gonna have to do this quick. I got my potatoes. I should have 2 or 3 good eyes on the potatoes. And again, I've had these potatoes for a little while. The tiller didn't show up very early, so joy for me, I've got really long sprouts on these guys. But I got 26 of these. I'm going to try to fit them in that bed over there as best as I can. And they have to go about 1 foot deep and rows 60 centimeters apart, I think the package says, or whatever else. So we'll see. I might get some good potatoes there. They'll probably all be small, but at least I'll get some, I hope. I guess the beginning of May I started my tomatoes. I started those a little late. Usually I like to start them in the middle of April. And what I did the first year is I started them in the beginning of April, and I had to transplant them 3 times before I could put them in the garden. So anyways, here I have my good old tomatoes. I got a beefsteak there that wasn't surviving in the tray. Been conditioning them for the outdoors, so every morning I'm taking them out, and every night after dark I'm putting them in. They're pretty much ready to go in the ground now. As you can see, if you look closely, some of them are sunburnt. Nothing I could do about it. It's been really hot the last few days, finally, after such a long winter. But in here I've got 3 or 4, 5, 4. I got 5 beefsteak tomatoes in total. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cherry hybrids. Those I'm thinking are a vining type. And then I've got 6 ladybugs, which are a hybrid, and those are really good. I had those a couple years ago. I got these Roman tomatoes, they're called. I found this pack in my stash of seeds from 100 years ago. And anyways, they spreaded, thank God, because a lot of my stuff did not come up this year. So I got the Romans. Those are really meaty, very little seeds. And then my Romas, which are super cool. I did Romas a few years ago and I got a leaf bag full. I'm really stoked about it. I think I have about the same amount as them. I got my pepper plants. I got 1, 2, 3 red peppers, 4, 5 red peppers, and I think I got 3 yellow peppers here. Fingers crossed. This is my second batch of lettuce of the year. My first batch grew and went to seed way too quick because I couldn't put it in the ground. And so anyways, this is Tom Thumb lettuce, and it's already starting to go. It doesn't like the heat. I should have planted things a lot earlier. Like I said, my garden bed was not ready in time for the cold crops, but gave her a try anyway. I had lettuce all the way into August last time I grew it, so I'm really excited. I love lettuce. Good stuff. And then none of my parsley worked out. Not a single one sprouted. I had 2 trays like this full, and nothing came up. So I tried cilantro. I like cilantro with my Thai cooking and everything else that we do. That's kind of Asian oriented, and it's awesome. Anyways, so I got a bunch of cilantro there. My dog ran through this tray, so I had to try to recover my basil, which you can see here. 2 basil. 1 little one there. I hope it kind of takes. We'll see. And then I got a Thai basil in the middle. Again, I like that for my Asian cooking. And I threw some cilantro in here. I didn't check interplanting. I hope that they interplant okay, but I was trying to save whatever the dog crushed. And so that's what I came up with. So we will see. As far as how I start everything, just really quick before I run out of time here, I like to use these peat moss pots. They're, I think, the 2-inch kind. I got them at the dollar store here in Ontario, and I pay, I think it's like for 25 or 27, I pay $1. And I put these in these flats, which I buy for like $2 a piece, and they always break and leak underneath. But I just put my seeds in these peat moss pots, and yeah, in the tray, and then I just water the bottom of the tray, keep it level, and everything sprouts. So yeah, I'll be planting these, and I'll tune back in sometime, maybe once everything's planted, I'll show an update. Thanks a lot, and hope you enjoy.